What's up, guys? We're going to do another testing video for Magic, but this one is for the current standard. No Return to Ravnica cards added, no spoiled on this one. This is a classic deck that I played during Innistrad set. It's Smallpox, you know, mono black basically, with a small splash of white mana to maybe cast Lingering Souls. This one's primarily black. This is probably what I'll be playing tomorrow at the final FNM before Return to Ravnica comes into Standard. Quick look at the deck list. It's a simple strategy here. This is permission based. You know, I'm destroying lands, taking away cards from their hand, and one of the things you may be asking, you know, forcing them to sack creatures and lose life. And one of the things that's it basically revolves around Smallpox, but you know, obviously one of the problems with this is each player loses a life, discards a card, and sacks a creature, then sacks a land, including myself. So you might ask, how is that card advantage? That's even a card loss, because not only do I have to cast this card, but I sacrifice the same amount of permanence as my opponent. Well, that's why you use cards that can take advantage of these things. For instance, I have things like Flashback on Lingering Souls, which is black mana. So for me to sack, to discard Lingering Souls from my hand, that's advantageous for me. And for me to discard something like Gravecrawler, which I can cast from my graveyard, is advantageous to me. For me to sack a creature like Gravecrawler is also advantageous to me. To sack a Geralf's Messenger without undying on it is advantageous, and sacking a black cat is advantageous. So this list is pretty there's a lot of synergy in this list, but it's pretty there's only one trick, you know. I mean, this is just a rough, like, you know, I mean, get 2 mana on the board, 2 or 3 mana, cast Smallpox, and just grind out incremental advantage, and you know, just deal as much damage as you can with the small amount of creatures you have, and just, you know, try to basically play better 1 and 2 and 3 drops than your opponent, and starve them of you know, the ability to recover. And Liliana of the Veil helps a lot in that. This is probably not an optimized list. I probably want 4 Liliana, but a quick look. I got 23 lands. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 creatures. My creatures are Black Cat, Ravenous Rats, Gravecrawler, and Geralf's Messenger. Really simple here. I have a singleton Black Cat and 3 Ravenous Rats. Ravenous Rats is, I guess it's a better card because it, you know, the effect comes in when it enters the battlefield immediately. So you don't have to lose the creature. You know, you don't have to use an engine like Smallpox to guarantee its effect. You do have to do that with Black Cat, but they discard a card at random. And in tribute to my cat, which, you know, my late great Misa, I put 1 Black Cat just for her. And we got 3 Ravenous Rats. And we also have Gravecrawler, which is a nice sack outlet, whether it be a creature or a card from hand. It's very nice. It's nice because we can just recur from the graveyard as long as we got a Geralf's Messenger or a Black Cat in play. And Geralf's Messenger, of course, is probably the best black 3-drop in the format, even post Return to Ravnica. Undying 3/2, opponent loses 2 life. You cast the Smallpox, you get the 4/3, and he loses another 2 life. That's a 5-point life swing without ever throwing in an attack. Because remember, Smallpox makes you lose a life. For instance, we have all spot removal, so we got 4 Tragic Slips, 2 Go for the Throats. Go for the Throats for creatures that are just huge, mid-game, mid-range threats, Hunt Masters, you know, creatures that when you can't activate Smallpox and you need to directly kill a certain creature, that's what we have these for. And a Tragic Slip, of course, hopefully we'll be, you know, proccing more of it quite a bit. So that's what that's for. The lands, 23 lands, as I said. Just being a little cute here, we got 4 Isolated Chapel in case we need to cast Lingering Souls from the hand, which we probably will never do. And we got 4 Cathedrals of War, which might be too many. This is just something a little cute right now, because chances are, if I'm ever attacking, I'm only attacking with 1 creature. It's the only creature on the board. So whatever incremental advantage I can get, that's nice. We have 3 Lilianas. 4 Lilianas is probably what you want to play with a list like this. You know, +1 helps drive your engine. You discard Gravecrawler, discard Gravecrawler or Lingering Souls, force your opponent to you know, lose incremental advantage there. And if it puts you in a top deck situation, is even better, because 1-to-1 on cards, you can answer any threat that they put on the table, unless they put O-Ring, and they O-Ring Liliana. Moving on, we have sorceries. We got Smallpox, which is the, you know, the namesake card of the deck. It's very powerful, because remember, you know, you can have it create you the own advantage. You don't have to play this on turn 2. In fact, you can play draw go for 1 turn, 2 turns, and Smallpox when they have a creature on the board, because then you get extra advantage. Because if they have a creature on the board, then you have done 4 things to them. You've made them lose a life, you made them discard a card, sacrifice a creature, and sacrifice a land. If you don't have a creature in play, then that is a +1 card advantage, or you know, that you've built advantage on that front, and you've also built advantage if you're pitching Lingering Souls and Gravecrawler, which are easily recurable. Right? So it's not the hardest thing to play, but it's very fun. It's very resource. It really taps your opponent's resource, and it's really rough for a lot of decks to deal with. We also got Mutilate. Just putting 2 in here. Mutilate is a new addition to this deck. Didn't have it when M13 wasn't around, but you know, we're just gonna test out 2 in the main board to see what we can do. Like if decks just get too big, or you know, if you face tokens in game 1, or you know, whatever. So we got a couple on the main board. We have 4 Sign in Blood, which is another nice addition. Black desperately needed card draw, and playing a 4 of this is very important to the deck. Lingering Souls is very important as well, as it is a discard outlet for Smallpox and Lily. And then we have 3 Duress to round out the 1-drops. This could be despised depending on your meta, but you know, with 6 spot removal, 2 Mutilates, and 4 Smallpox and Liliana, chances are you're going to be able to deal with most threats, early game threats, to land on the board. In that regard, Duress is better. Helps you get rid of annoying artifacts in the format, enchantments, threats that will take care of your Geralf's Messenger, prevent you from going ham. In the sideboard, we got some cute stuff. We got 2 Knights of Infamy, which are there solely to fight Geist of St. Traft, because they can block a Geist and win. We got 3 Phyrexian Obliterators, solely there for zombie matchup. Any really red resource, you know, direct damage matchup, and probably for green as well. That's what the Obliterators are there for. Curse of Death's Hold, primarily there for tokens. Yeah, probably only there for that matchup. Surgical Extraction is just one of them. I don't know why I put it there. 2 more Mutilates, just in case aggro is just too crazy and they're creating more creatures than you can handle. 1 Mind Rot, which you'd side in against control matchups and things like Wolf Run, because you can help, you know, once they start ramping into like a few cards left in hand, this plays like a pivotal role in getting rid of those, especially if they have 3 cards in hand and you know that one of the cards is a ramp card into 2 threats. You play this Mind Rot, leaving them with 1 threat in hand, and then when they cast a threat, you can answer the threats and go handily with Tragic Slip, go for the Throat, Smallpox. And we got a Sever the Bloodline for tokens, also for recursion decks, or decks that love to, you know, things that run Phantasmal Image. And we have 2 Memoricide, which helps kill combo, get rid of, you know, cards that just fuck your couch. And yeah, basically that's it. So if you have any questions about this deck, let me know.